Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a crazy show for y'all, man. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So this is a video that I had no idea we're going to be producing. By the way, I forgot to mention it in the other show, so let me just say it now. We're going to be on break. I'm going to be on vacation starting this tomorrow, after today or whatever. And I'm going to be back on the 18th. So I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to take a break. It's been a really, really intense year so far. So we're going to be on break, but we're going to be back again on August 18th. So if y'all don't see us, just know that I'm taking a break for a little bit. But anyway, so I was already in vacation mode, man. I was asking myself, are we going to do 2 videos? I was like, I wasn't sure, but and then I was like, okay, I saw this topic at the last minute. I'm like, well, I didn't know this was going to be a thing. So as you guys know, Luka just recently signed his contract extension worth $165 million with the Lakers all the way to 2028, with the player option to then, opt out and then sign a longer contract worth about $400 million, where he could be earning potentially $80 million per annum, not mentioning endorsements, right? So Luka is doing his thing, right? He's getting to the bag. And during his press conference, when he were talking about it, some Lakers showed up. Marcus Smart showed up. Some other guys showed up. The coach showed up. A.N. showed up. I don't remember all the Lakers. But one person that was notably absent was LeBron James, right? So LeBron didn't attend. People weren't happy about that. We did some shows about it yesterday. But the one person I didn't even factor in all of this is Bronny James, right? Bronny James didn't attend. Now, I didn't think much of it, right? So this morning I was going through the internet and I came across a video of Dan Patrick absolutely ripping LeBron Bronny, but by proxy LeBron James, for not attending Luka Doncic's press conference when you're like the 12th man on the bench. And I was like, damn, this guy's bringing up a point even me, myself, I didn't consider. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by sponsor Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. For example, I'm really looking forward to watching some of these NBA Summer League games. Here's what I like to do. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is we're going to play what Dan Patrick had to say. I want you guys to listen to it in its entirety. And I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to his comments here.
Luka signs a contract extension, 3-year deal. I think it's 2 years and then an option. And you had a lot of players who were there. LeBron was not there, although he FaceTimed Luka. Here's the one curious thing about all of that. Now, LeBron, I think, was posting that he was playing golf at the time on vacation. I'm guessing that he knew this was going to happen. But, okay, you're on vacation. The one person who I thought should have been there was his son. Like, Bronny James, if he wants to stay longer after LeBron leaves, like, that's your teammate. That's what was surprising. Bronny James should have been there. You're the last guy on the roster. You should be there. Show support. It just felt like, hey, my dad's LeBron. We got a vacation. I mean, that's where you say, Dad, that's my team. That's my teammate. And if LeBron doesn't want to be there, it just feels like there's, a game going on, the passive aggressive, who knows, European League, back and forth. I'm working out at the old Clippers facility, and here we go. You should be there. It's important. But as it was pointed out to me from somebody with the Lakers yesterday, Luka is the face of the Lakers. LeBron's the face of the league. And they both play on the same team. But as I was told last night, hey, make no mistake about it, it's Luka's team. And LeBron knows that. But there's nothing else he can do. Because if he was going to do something, he wouldn't have signed that contract extension. He would have said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bookend this. I'm going back to Cleveland, and I'm going to win another championship there. If it's about winning and you want to have the final say in all of this, you could have. You don't want to lose that address. You want to be in Los Angeles. All your business ties are there. Your family's there. You're there. Be there to support Luka. Now, I know it's not a big deal, but with LeBron, it's always a big deal. Everything becomes a bigger deal because he wasn't there. Bronny should have been there. Dad, I'm going to cut short this vacation. I need to be there. I think it's really important. As LeBron, if that's my son and he said that, I'd be like, all right, son, you're right. You should be there. But if LeBron FaceTime Luka's fine with it. I mean, I don't think there's any acrimony there. But I think it's awkward. But I also, when this trade happened, I said, if Luka wants to be the best player in the league, all he needs to do is look at LeBron James and what LeBron does to get ready for a season. If Luka does that, Luka can be the best player in the game. And we've seen what's happened this offseason. He's gotten in his best shape. And he's there for a couple more years. He's probably going to be eventually the first player to make $80 million in a season. Almost $1 million a game. That'll be the next contract here. Probably in 2 years when he signs another extension, it'll be for probably close to $80 million.
So you heard what he had to say. I didn't even think about this. I just didn't think about it. Bronny James not attending. And I think that really comes down to two reasons why Bronny didn't attend. One, it comes down to Bronny himself not taking the initiative or feeling like it was important to go, and LeBron for not asking Bronny to go. That's the end of it all. All right? That's the end of it all. Now, if it was a different person, let's say it's a different parent would have said, go make sure you're a part of that thing. Go attend that thing, right? You're supposed to be with your mates. You're supposed to be with your teammate. You're supposed to be encouraged. You haven't made it yet. I've made it. You haven't made it. So you should be there, right? You should be there. Yeah, you want to be on vacation, but cut the vacation short. Go be there, right? That's one potential outcome that some parents would force. Then it comes down to Bronny. Some people would do what Bronny did. Don't go. Maybe give him a call or whatever it is. Whereas other people would be like, nah, man, I'm here fighting for my job. I'm here fighting for my job, man. And I got to do everything to show that I'm a part of this team and what they're doing. Some people feel that pressure and they would go. But Bronny's in a unique situation, which goes back to the reason why he's even on the team. His dad is the reason that he's on the team. So he's like, there's no need for me to go. I'm not fighting for my job security. Now, when his father retires at the end of the season or stops playing for the Lakers at the end of the season, then your dad's not going to be there to save you, right? You got to make it on your own steam. Not to say that he doesn't work out and he doesn't put in the work. Nobody's saying all that, but your father not being on the team anymore is going to be a major difference. And now Luka's there and he may be cool with your pops and all, but bro, like, ain't nobody going to be here looking over your shoulder anymore. You're going to have to figure it out on your own, right? So I think it comes down to the parenting style and it comes down to the individual. Other people would have been there. And I think that we have to look at it from two various vantage points. LeBron James not being there, if you look at it from his standpoint, okay, first of all, LeBron is an older guy. He's in his 40s. He has tenure. So LeBron can get away with, hey, man, just give him a call, Luka can understand it because LeBron is more accomplished than Luka. It's a different thing. But a player like Bronny can't get away with it. because he hasn't accomplished anything. He's going into his second year as an NBA player. So he doesn't have the pull to just be like, yeah, man, I was in it. It's a totally different thing, right? It's a totally different thing. And it comes down to the individuals, right? Some people would have been there, right? And some people's parents would have forced them to be there, whereas others, it would have been like, it's no big deal. Now, Dan Patrick feeling like, this and this and this. Yeah, I get what he's saying, but you're dealing with an unusual circumstance. You're dealing with a player who's the son of a billionaire, and he might not have the same urgency that a guy who he's not a son of a billionaire and he's starting off his career and he has to make things work on his own, where you want to be in the good graces of a star player who would always want you on the team. It's a totally different thing, right? It's a totally different thing altogether. So Dan is looking at it from a normal person standpoint, but you're not dealing with normal people. You're dealing with a very unique situation. A very unique situation. How does it look? It doesn't really matter how it looks, because LeBron's going to be gone anyway. It doesn't really matter. And Bronny's not a factor to what this team is doing. Despite what some people in media want to make, it's not a factor. He's like the 12th man on the bench. There are way better players on that roster than him at this present moment in time. But from an optics standpoint, I think it would have worked really well if he did show up. But again, folks, it comes down to the person, right? It comes down to the person. When your father's a billionaire, I mean, it takes a unique kind of person to just like not even factor that. Like it comes down to the individual, man. So that's the way I see it, right? I'm not holding it against them, because that's who they are, right? And other people would have probably did differently. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.